Right now, there's a lot of talk about what last night means for 2026, 2028, and even beyond. There's also plenty of conversation about who is the quote unquote leader of the Democratic Party. But for now, let's just look at last night on its own merit. One election night that is a snapshot of how Americans in those specific states and cities are feeling at this moment in time. Democrats won the big races across the board with bigger margins than expected in Virginia, New Jersey, and New York City. One thing those winning candidates had in common, they all focused their campaigns on affordability and the cost of living. The Democrats also picked up key wins in much smaller races in swing states like Pennsylvania and Georgia. Remember, those are states that went for Donald Trump 1 year ago. So two themes seem clear for this one snapshot. Voters turning to Democrats on the economy and swing states swinging back to the left. And by the way, this happened during what is officially now the longest government shutdown in our nation's history.
Hi family, how you all doing? Welcome back again to my channel. My name is Olivia, in case you're just seeing my face for the first time. So family, now MAGA supporters are suddenly switching to Democrats. Oh, so now you all are realizing, shouting America first didn't actually fix, your gas prices or pay your bills, huh? It's funny because the same people who called the liberals woke snowflakes are now out here, saying maybe Biden wasn't that bad at all. Welcome to the reality, okay? It turns out that hate rallies don't build the economy, okay? Anger doesn't pay rent. And that whole drain the swamp thing, yeah, the swamp got bigger. And you all finally noticed. But hey, we'll take it, okay? Progress is progress. Just don't act like brand new when you show up at the polls wearing blue this time around, okay? So let's watch together, okay? And let's see MAGA people confessing and telling us why they, voted for blue instead of red. And we'll come back after a while. So stay with me, family.
You voted for the Democrat, for Mikey Sherrill.
Yes.
Why did you vote for Mikey Sherrill?
I voted for Trump before, but now I look at Trump is different. The economy I don't look good. That's a vote for Democrat.
You said the economy. Also, when we spoke earlier, you mentioned immigration. What is it about his immigration action?
Well, I'm very sad for this because some people okay, but a lot of people working good. The family is the more important in the life.
Hey everybody, it's Rich here at Leaving MAGA at leavingmaga.org. So I am not qualified to give electoral analysis, but what I think I do understand after last night's election results is that there's no way that these results could have happened unless some people in MAGA decided to defect. And I think that the results show a very, very deep dissatisfaction with Trump. I think many of the disillusioned are probably not MAGA voters, but I do think that there are some around the country who right now are quietly doubting their support for MAGA. And I think that some voted last night who have actually quietly quit and decided to vote blue. So it's just a gut feeling. It's just instinctual. Yes, I could be wrong, but I think the results show that there are at least some in MAGA nationwide who decided to vote blue. And now we need to keep capitalizing on that. All of you out there as our supporters, we really appreciate that you keep sharing our content and that you keep posting our organization name throughout socials. We're asking you keep doing that. The good news is that all of your efforts collectively, we're seeing results and it's paying off. So thank you for that. Make sure you're following us at our socials. If you're not, make sure you're subscribed to our newsletter, which you can do at leavingmaga.org. As always, appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.
So all you MAGA in New Jersey that said you were going to move out of state if Mikey won, why are you still here? Why haven't you moved yet? Because not only did Mikey win, she crushed Jack. But not just crushed Jack, crushed you. Now let me show you why exactly Jack got crushed. That's your reason. That is your reason right there. Jack tied himself to Trump. Trump is now a losing ticket. And you know who else is seeing this? Republican congressmen, Republican senators. Everybody is now going to distance himself from this loser. There must have been, I don't know, 1 billion signs of Jack in New Jersey. Everywhere you go, you see signs. Signs, signs, signs. Fuck your signs. Signs don't vote. People do. The Democrats wiped the floor last night with all Republicans. You Republicans didn't win dick. Nothing. And that is just going to show you what's going to happen in the midterms. Because when the midterms come and you guys get wiped, what do you think we're going to do? You could say goodbye to your Lord and Savior, Donald Trump. He's done. He not only is going to be impeached, then the trials start, MAGA. The trials. The MAGA party is dead. The MAGA party is no longer. And we're going to make sure of it. You have put such energy and enthusiasm behind us. The blue wave is going to be something like you've never seen before. And it's coming to a town near you. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. And if you guys haven't thrown me a follow yet, please do. Have a day!
Bob and I both voted for Donald Trump.
I voted for him twice. I won't vote for him again. January 6th was a wake-up call for me.
Donald Trump divides people. We've already seen what he has to bring.
He didn't do anything to help us. Kamala Harris, she cares about the American people. I think she's got the wherewithal to make a difference. I've never voted for a Democrat.
Yes, we're both lifelong Republicans.
The choice is very simple.
You want to know why all of those Republicans and conservatives on social media and the news and stuff like that, you know what they're really crashing out about this recent election that happened 2 days ago where the Democrats absolutely dominated Republicans? They realized two things. One, woke is back. That's number one. Two, because woke is back, every racist, every transphobic, every homophobic thing you guys have said and done since your president, since your Lord and Savior has been in office, that you guys done on the internet and thought that people gonna forget or think y'all just gonna get away with, y'all not fixing to get away with it soon. Because once Democrats start dominating in the midterms, you know once 2028 come around, it's gonna be a 3-0 clean sweep. And you guys are cooked. The internet is literally forever, dog. The last time Trump was president, the same thing happened on the internet. All them right-wing influencers, you know what I'm saying, people in the streets calling black folks and white folks calling black folks N-words that are autistic and 5 years old. Like, they were doing this in 2016, bro. They wasn't doing this like that during Joe Biden's presidency or Obama's presidency. And why do you think that is? They only feel tough when Daddy Trump is in office. And they realize sooner than later, Trump ain't getting that third term. And whoever is running Republican that year is going to get destroyed, bro. And y'all worry about other people getting jobs, baby. You better find you a job in the next couple of years because you're cooked in 2028, baby. Cooked.
MAGA is having a total meltdown right now. They are in disbelief after losing big in Virginia and New Jersey. Of course, the moment Republicans start losing, suddenly the elections are automatically rigged. This was earlier today. MAGA Voice said Democrats are stealing the elections in New Jersey and Pennsylvania right now. This is absolutely ridiculous. Get loud, MAGA. And this person says, on the way to Chester County, Pennsylvania, lawyers on the ground, affidavits coming, reinforcements coming. We will not let them steal this election. MAGA Voice also said the voting machines all all across New Jersey and Pennsylvania are down. Polling locations are running out of provisional ballots. Voters are now being turned away. They are stealing the election. This person also said voting machines are down across Pennsylvania and New Jersey in red leading districts. Here's a look at all of the counties that were down today because of threats that were being made this morning. As you can tell, 5 out of 7 of them are Democrat. Of course, they're just like Donald Trump, crying that everything's rigged if they lose. Abigail Spanberger won today in Virginia in a major upset. And Mikey Sherrill just won in New Jersey, another major win for the Democrats, of course, defeating a Trump-backed candidate. Right now, Polymarket is showing a 97% chance of a complete Democratic sweep. Republicans are not being silenced. They are being defeated very badly by ballots and not conspiracies. The voters have made it very clear they are tired of the constant lies, division, hate, and attacks on basic freedoms. The only thing being stolen right now is MAGA's illusion of a permanent grip on power, and the American people are the ones taking it back.
If we lose the majority, if the Republicans, we lose the majority in the House, and this radical element of the Democratic Party were able to take over, we've already seen that movie. They will try to end the Trump administration. He won't have 4 years, he'll have only 2, because they will move to impeach him probably on the first day of the new Congress in January 2027, and they will try to systematically unwind all the important reforms that we've done for the American people. So
don't threaten us with a good time. That's what we want. You're telling us that we can end Trump's administration after 2 years if we get out and vote during the midterms? He just made all the Democrats ads for them. Democrats, you don't even need to make any ads. Just play this shit. If you need any motivation to get up in the polls next fucking year for your midterms, Mike Johnson just told you best. You can end Trump's administration. You don't gotta wait 4 years for this shit to be over with. End it after 2. After 2 years, let's get them the fuck up out of here. The writing is on the wall. Donald Trump and the Republicans today are flailing. They don't know what to do. They thought that they were going to have a leg to stand back on by winning some elections yesterday so that they could feel like the American people were on their side. But the American people spoke. We are not putting up with this shit. Keep this momentum up going into midterms next year. Because like Mike Johnson just said, you can end this shit after 2 years. Mike Johnson's a fucking idiot. Donald Trump is a fucking idiot. Today has been a glorious day watching the Republicans fucking crying and flailing after losing so terribly last night.
Okay, so if you guys were in my live earlier today, you may have noticed something funny. A few of us were in there talking about Trump's horrible policies and about how nobody likes him and his approval rating is terrible. And we had this one idiot who kept coming in trying to say random shit like, Democrats are brainwashed, all lies, blah, blah, blah. I think his name was Country Cuck or something. Just to give you a taste, this is his profile picture. And this is his bio. I'll give you 5 seconds to imagine what he looks like. Yeah, you're exactly right. This alpha male pillar of white fragility is exactly who you think he is. And in all of his, I guess, master race genius genetics, he claimed that we were just spouting all lies about Trump, despite all of the articles that were posted behind me. And although I know he doesn't care and MAGA has a problem reading, I'd like to try to boil this down for him while he plays Call of Duty in his trailer until his sister gets home. I mentioned this several times in that live, but the races on Tuesday were a massive rebuke of Trump. You can find many articles of this on the internet, as we call it, especially from the most reputable places online like the Associated Press and Reuters. From exit polls in New Jersey, over a third of voters said that the reason they were voting for a Democrat for governor was to oppose Trump. And over a third of people in Virginia said the same thing. 50% of people in California said that opposing Trump is the reason they were voting on Prop 50. And since you probably don't know, that's the proposal that would allow the redistricting in California to combat the gerrymandering that the Republicans are doing in Texas. Again, if you were willing to do a whole 5 seconds and you were able to spell a word like democracy, you might be actually able to look this stuff up yourself. But I'm guessing you don't spell good. Must be all those elite genetics. And it should come as no surprise since ICE agents are now being taken to court for their abuse of power. Based on those same exit polls, most of the voters said that Donald Trump's immigration policy has gone too far and overstepped its bounds, especially since the judicial branch has told him several times that what he's doing is illegal. It's a good thing you guys are constitutionalists. And the fact that these races last night were won mostly on double-digit bases, I bet that really irks you because you can't claim that there was some kind of fraud because it doesn't make any fucking sense. I also bet it really bugs you that somebody who's not white became the mayor of New York City, doesn't it? Doesn't it, Cletus? But it really shouldn't surprise you because in this article with words you can read, Donald Trump has the lowest approval rating he's ever had. Save for right after the insurrection where you guys marched in and rubbed shit all over the walls and tried to hang your vice president. America first. And while again, this approval rating of his is being shown by the Associated Press, no nut CNN, This guy is not only the most un-American, authoritarian, narcissistic shitbag to ever hold office, but there's a reason why he said smart people don't like him, and he loves the poorly educated. Excellent job, Travis Twatwaffle. Let me guess, while you're at home munching on crayons, these are the people you rely on to tell you what to think.
As someone who works in Dem politics, this is a trend that I've actually been watching for a bit. So back in the 2024 election, there were these split voters who voted for both Donald Trump, but also voted for AOC. Now, you could see that and think to yourself, what the actual fuck? These are two people who are so ideologically different and not aligned at all. How could people conflate and put them both on the same ballot? Well, one of the reasons is that people viewed them as genuinely authentic individuals, and they felt like they could trust them, so they were going to vote for those people. And trust and authentic with Trump is honestly something that's absolutely mind-boggling. But the idea that someone here who is MAGA would be voting for Zoran is kind of in that same exact realm of thinking. People are always looking for the sense of authenticity with their candidates. You want to be able to believe them, to trust what it is that they're saying, and feel that they're coming from a good place and that they're going to fight and champion for you. Hence, MAGA thinking that about Trump, which also, once again, mind-blowing. If anything, this is something more that the Dem establishment needs to be looking into and probably leaning more into. You're going to win more voters with democratic socialist policies than you are with centrist Dem policies. It's just not going to broaden the tent, but going more left actually will. And actually explaining things to people and showing them and listening to their needs is going to benefit people.
Can I say it in my own words?
Yes.
He's a piece of shit.
I love everything, everything.
We're in Starr County, Texas. It's a small border community right over there. You can see right there, that's Mexico. For 132 years, people here voted for whoever was the Democratic nominee for president. But that changed in 2024 when Donald Trump won this county. It was Trump's promises to make life more affordable and his hard line on immigration that helped him get over the line here. So 1 year later, we decided to ask people what they think about how he's done so far. On immigration, his supporters see a win.
I love everything, chasing illegal aliens back, because that was my job back in the old days.
Since Donald Trump has become president, we haven't seen the same type of situations. We don't see illegal crossings. They could be happening, they just don't happen here like we used to see them.
So if you were to compare what things were like under the Biden time versus what things are like now,
it's night and day.
His critics remain frustrated.
The way ICE is treating, Hispanic people, just because they look a certain way, they think you weren't born and raised in the U.S. and they're being attacked.
We've always had immigrant people. They come here to work and that's it. The violence is everywhere. And it's not only Mexicans, it's Americans, it's, every nationality has problems with that.
On the cost of living, no one is thrilled.
Poor people are suffering. Old people like me, I'm 80 years old, are suffering. Me, I can live on bread, potatoes, and beans. But the kids can't.
It's the prices. We can't even buy groceries like before. We buy the necessities, the milk, the eggs, and stuff like that. We hardly buy meat.
Of all the people we spoke with, no one openly said they regretted their vote. And Trump voters we spoke with said they're willing to be patient to give him more time to implement his agenda.
So as most of you guys know, today was a huge day for elections in the U.S. And as you could see right here, every major election ended with a Democratic victory. I don't know about you, but that says a lot about what Americans are now wanting. They're sick and tired of this MAGA, Republican, authoritarian government that has taken over our entire country. I think this is a huge statement from the American people. It's freaking awesome. I'm not even gonna lie, it got me super fired up when I saw Zoran Mamdani's speech. So anyways, this is a big deal. It's awesome. And to the girl that wrote the comment last night saying I was gonna eat my words, ha! Let me know what you think.
I know it sounds crazy, but there are people out there who go from being MAGA to being Democrats. And I know this 100% because I literally just had a conversation with a guy who did exactly that. And it wasn't just me. It was me and all the other guys on the Find Out podcast, many of whom I'm sure you know. We had a conversation with former Congressman Joe Walsh, who went from being a Tea Party congressman to a MAGA radio show host to a Democrat today. So if you're curious how somebody could actually leave MAGA and become a Democrat, you should watch this episode. Not only that, Joe is just a super fun dude to talk to, so you'll love the conversation. If you don't already watch Find Out, the links are in my bio. Check it out.
At the end of the day, welcome MAGA to the side that actually believes in facts, empathy, and progress. We'll be waiting for you guys. Just didn't know and didn't think it would take this long for you all to wake up from your sleep. Anyways, family, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye and stay safe.